Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Leo for November 2021. Keep in mind it's a general message, so take what you feel resonates for you and your story, disregard the rest, go about your day, and know that no matter what messages do come through today, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, it's personal power, and it's something that lies at the tips of our fingers and at the soles of our feet. So use that power wisely, my friends. As well as for all my subscribers, I just want to give you guys a shout out. I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like it resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join this journey with me. I'd love to have you along for the ride. Know that even though I'm bringing this message in kind of for November 2021, it's just what messages Spirit wants to bring in this month. It doesn't have anything necessarily to do with the month of November, although it could, okay? So again, take it how it resonates. This could be something that's happening now, something from the past, something that's coming up, or something that's not for you, okay? I am breathing a little heavy, guys. I just ran up my basement stairs from putting some wood in the fire, so I apologize for that. But thanks for sticking it out. So what I'm going to do is bring 3 decks. I brought in the Keepers of the Light Oracle, I brought in the Earth Magic Oracle, and I have the Heaven and Earth Tarot today to get a little bit of spiritual advice for us. So I'm going to take a moment and call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I invite them to join us now to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the most far-reaching, but only for the highest good of the entire collective. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So let's get into this, guys. Let's see what messages we have for Leo, please. What's some spiritual advice for the sign of Leo or anybody watching? So right away you get Sanat Kumara and light activation. Right away what I want to say is, if you've been going through a lot of struggles, for some of us, we may have had a lot of trauma in our world, especially light workers, especially if you've been put on this planet to help heal the planet. Spirit, how do I put this? Spirit's like, you had to go through a lot. You had to learn how to heal. You had to learn how to rise above so that you can teach other people how to do this. So this says share your gifts. Or share your light. But share your gifts, because your light, your gifts are in those. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. I think this is really important too. Some of you may be getting a really strong urge to heal. Some of you may be getting a really strong urge to exercise and lose weight, is what I heard. Some of you may be getting a really strong urge to eat better, to just feel better. Some of you may think that, you know what, I want to be a dance teacher. I'm really great at dance. I come up with all these really awesome things. It's time for me to share my light, to share my gifts, and to spread that out into the world. If you make music, if you write poetry, if you write songs and books, there are those out there that need that light. So use your creative possibilities, but use your creative side and the creative aspects of you whenever possible. Keep that light flowing, my friends. What they're also telling me with this light activation is that a lot of times that light is coming in through your gifts. For some of you, you know, especially I heard if you're a painter or if you draw, some of these things are channeled. Some of the stuff that you're getting, there's energy infused into this, okay? For others of you, what I heard is Reiki. Some of you may be a Reiki master. You may be just learning Reiki. You may be interested in it. You may need to accept some Reiki energy and be looking for a Reiki healing. So you can go see a Reiki practitioner, or if you don't have a whole lot of dough, you can go on YouTube, and there are a lot of different Reiki practitioners on YouTube. So I myself follow someone called Susan at Blended Insights. So Blended Insights is the name of the channel, but there's a lot of other ones that you could check out too. I want to grab a message from the book for you, actually, they're suggesting, so let's do this. For Sanat Kumara. So his name means eternal youth, and it is an advanced cosmic light being who is dedicated to helping the earth rise up towards the light. So it says here, as far as the author here, Kyle Gray, is concerned, he is the leaders of the Keeper of the Light. Which makes sense, right? Because he's the one who's going to activate us. Light, we can be activated in so many ways. So for some of you, you are definitely the creators. Others of you, you are being moved by these creations. Have you guys ever been driving in your car, walking around your house, in the grocery store, and all of a sudden a song comes on, right? Some of you, sometimes we're moved to tears because this song just resonates and touches our souls so much. Sometimes it makes us dance. Sometimes it helps us to feel more joy and helps us to express more joy. Or it might get us up moving and singing. This is all this job as well, okay? This is the light, and this is how, when we share our gifts, we're helping to share this light, to spread this light, and to move the crowd, my friends. So this moving the crowd, this is on a huge, grand level. We have here, I closed it up again. I'm going to move on here to the extended message. You are here to light up the world. You may feel that you are being pushed or that there is a lot going on at once, and this is because your energy is magnetic to others, and they want it in their life. Take the time to listen to your inner voice, remember the cosmic light of heaven, and draw it into you. That is all you need to do to inspire the world. For some of you, this may also be literally calling down the light, asking Spirit to help fill you up with white, or I heard violet light, honoring that violet flame down through your crown, taking, I usually do this with 3 deep breaths in. So you take your shoes off, spread your toes apart, deep breath in. Imagine white light coming down to your crown. Imagine it filling up and welling up in all the resources. See your body as a light body, and then blow out anything that's gray or negative or inauthentic out into the world with love. You can have an open window. This is similar to smudging, okay? If we're going to smudge our aura, this is cleansing our aura, but this is also our light body and really, really bringing in the light. So whereas cleansing our aura and smudging and things like that, we are setting our intention that we are removing that is not light, but it is also important that we need to replenish this light. Follow what brings you joy, my friends, and follow what activates you. So I want to take the bottom of the deck, which is Mother Mary here with love and peace, and it says, let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So many of you as well, there could be a lot with your mother. For some of you, I heard like this could be a partnership with your mother as well, kind of like a business venture or something like that. I heard activation as well. So for some of you, there are things that when you and your mother get together, there's activations happening there. What I heard is it's because it's soul family. It's not just family in this realm or in this plane. We've lived with people who are in our close circles for many, many lifetimes. And each time we bring something a little bit different. At this time, right now, this wonderful, beautiful time in the history of Earth, I guess you could say, us light workers are here now to help raise humanity. And some of us may think that that's just a joke, and it may be, but I don't believe so. I think that there is a lot happening in the world, and there's a lot of us waking up at the same time. I also heard activism. For some of you, that's how you share your light. You stand up for those that are weaker or that don't have the ability to voice because their lives are in danger. But if you are in a place where that is not the case, then for some of you, this is literally stand up. I heard as well, for some of you, you may be an advocate of women's rights as well, or like mothers' rights. I am hearing Afghanistan, actually, as well. So for some of you, that may be something that you are very passionate about. And I even heard like some of you may be, making artwork or things like that and donating proceeds to help certain groups in need. But that's just for some of you. Take it how it resonates. So the last 3 cards that came out here was Transcendence, Kali Ma with Facing Fear. I feel like these 2 cards have shown up. Same with Lady Portia. These cards have come up quite a few times throughout the zodiac readings, and I think that it's because it's just on this mass scale that we're all going through it, right? We're all needing to transcend, and we're all being asked to rise up. We are all being asked to share our gifts because we have a talent. Maybe some of us think, I'm not good at anything. Well, you are. It's just finding out what that is, what makes you happy, and what lights your spark. For some of us, it might be art. For some of you, maybe tarot. Maybe YouTube. Maybe something that you want to do. You know what? If you've been feeling for a while that you want to start your own channel, why not? It's free. You got your phone, right? Hit record. Upload it. I do want to say as well, for some of you, because I feel like this fear this is the haters. Okay, this is what will people think. This is when we share our light with the world as well, or our artwork. A lot of us too, like, it's really difficult when we have highly critical people around us, or if we're very highly critical of ourselves and our work. What I heard is try and transcend that perfectionism, because if we allow perfectionism to get in our way, you're never going to do anything. You're never going to move forward, because things can't be perfect in this world. For example, especially if you're YouTube or anything like that, or, you know, even if you make a mistake while you're painting, the thing is, incorporate it as something else. Maybe it was supposed to be like that. I say the wrong thing sometimes and flip my words up. Does that mean that I shouldn't upload the video? Absolutely not, because for the rest of it, it may actually make sense. And sometimes I think it's a bad video when I rewatch it and think, no, it made sense. It's just that the way the light's coming through me is happening so fast that it's not processing even in my mind or in my brain sometimes that it's coming out. And for some of you, I heard you may be channeling. And if this is happening, if you're new to channeling as well, I'm going to suggest that you make sure that you call in your helper spirits and only spirits that are here for your highest good. Because there are trickster energies out there, and you want to make sure that you're being activated into the light, and the light is what is surrounding you. Just going to pause you for a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. So this one says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Rise up. Honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. And those steps, this light activation, I feel like you know already, right? For some of you, may be actively engaging in this. For some of you, I heard there may be struggle. For some of you, this is struggle with accepting your divine mission, accepting what is. So again, I'm going to use the YouTube channel as kind of the example here. But many of us, maybe we think that we are being called to be a creator, being called to put ourselves out there publicly. But the fear of ridicule or the fear of not doing it well is stopping us. Heed your call, my friends. And you know what? You're only going to get better. Your first video might not be the best. You may cringe when you see it again. But it's all a learning process, and it's documented learning. And it does not mean, what I'm hearing again is, it doesn't mean that it's not important. You may watch it later and go, oh God. But the thing is, the messages and whatever was meant to happen then, it's all in divine order. It comes at the right time that you're able to process it. And here I heard share it. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I think one of the biggest this month has been facing our fears. Whether this is putting ourselves out there, you know, getting into an exercise program that may have scared us before, or, you know, anything like that. This is really time to, if something is going to light you up and set your heart on fire, now's the time to follow that passion. So I'm going to bring now to you some tarot wisdom. I almost want to say guidance, but I feel like it's tarot wisdom here. And this is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. I absolutely love this, and this is the Fool, setting out with his knapsack on his back, going on his fool's journey with nothing but what he can carry, because there's no baggage holding him down. And I feel like now is really the time that it's time to release all that heavy stuff. So before I get into these cards, there was a Facebook post I saw earlier, and it said something along the lines of, for your little self, right? It's time to let all of those little things that weren't ours to carry, that our little selves took on and we internalized and we made them about us. It's time to say, you know what, that wasn't about me, and it's time to set them down. For some of us, I feel like it really could be abandonment issues. For some of you with this mother healing, it really is like mother healing that needs to be done. But I think this is really on a larger scale as well, is that, you know, we're kind of in a place where our earth really needs mothering. And if you're in the position to kind of help guide people along with love and with light, if you feel like there's a call to do that, follow your calling. So Spirit, what would you have Leo know, please? Or anyone watching, during this next, I heard spiritual alignment. Material. So you have the Three of Pentacles here, and if you can see here, the light is coming through those pentacles. This is working together. So this could be in partnership, like I was picking up on earlier, like could be a mother-daughter, mother-son, however, right? Mother, I don't really want to put binary terms on this, but it could be like a you and your parents, right? Trying to work together here. This could also be with Spirit. For some of you, I heard the Catholic Church as well. For some of you, that may be like that doctrine may have been ingrained in you from a really young age. And for a lot of us, if we've went through really heavy religious backgrounds, spirituality is a little bit strange. But, okay, I want to say, like, think about Michael, Archangel Michael, or Saint Michael. It's just how you want to call that individual or that name or that energy that, you know, I heard lighten up, to loosen up a little bit. And if it is fear, oh my gosh, for what I heard is hell and damnation for straying to a spiritual path, it is definitely time to transcend that, because I don't mean to offend anybody here, but that is really small-minded thinking. And I feel like this path, this spiritual path, is more about opening our minds up to possibilities, not just dogma that has been force-fed or given to us. This is about researching and finding out what we believe for ourselves and doing it together. For others of you, I feel like, especially I heard Catholic Church again, for some of you, you may have had a very, very negative experience. I am... depending on your situation, and this is where, especially I heard like our inner child wounding and stuff like that, if we're working through some trauma from our childhood, this is where I feel like it's really helpful that for some of us, we want to maybe seek out mental health professionals. For some of us, this is really kind of, if we're able to, have a talk with the person or the group of people that we need to have a talk with to kind of resolve this issue. And hopefully what I'm hearing is, if it's within family or whatnot, that there can be some sort of peaceful resolve here with this love and peace, that, you know, rather than looking at it with a lot of blame, kind of coming back and with an idea of understanding of the positions of everyone involved. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm feeling, and trigger warning, but I definitely feel like for some of us, I'm a Leo rising, some of us may have experienced sexual trauma in our childhood, and I'm picking up on that. And it's almost like there's this, so if it's not you, it's not you, okay? But there could be, for some of us, our mothers may have known about it. For some of us, our mothers may not have known about it, but there's a lot of guilt there, and there could be a lot of resentment on our side. So if any of you read my description, I am a women's studies major. I graduated with women's studies and sociology, double major. And one of the things that we do talk about in that program, and definitely relating to sexual abuse, is a lot of mothering. That for a lot of survivors, there's a real blame on the mom for not keeping them safe. For a lot of these moms that have had a child go through this, I'm going to get emotional. Guys, that's what I do. There's a lot of blame, or a lot of feeling of blame here, that this could have happened under their nose and not being able to protect. However you resonate, you could be the kid, you could be the parent, it could be both. Because what I'm hearing is this happens in cycles. With this 3, wow, okay, so years ago, the statistics were something along the lines, and this was girls, but this does not, there are boys are in this mix too, that about 1 in 3 girls would be sexually molested by the time they were adults. That number is probably more close to 1 in 2, and that number does not include, that number is not just women. There's men in this too. And I feel like it's really important because this is on a societal level that we need to work together. We need to create a space of openness for victims to be able to talk without feeling shame or shameful for what has happened to them, for holding those that are responsible accountable. And I heard it's time to break the silence. For some of you guys, what I heard is there may be something that's happened in childhood you never told anybody about because you felt bad, you felt shame, or at the time someone told you not to tell. This is really time to trust your instincts. And if you are going through major healing, know that this stuff is meaty. It's going to show up in your life in ways that maybe you don't really even comprehend right away. It's going to show up in your world, and it may show up, I heard, as anxiety. It may show up as depression. For some of us, it may show up as like suicidal thoughts or tendencies. This is really important to let the light in, to ask that light to work in harmony with spirit, and to ask the light to help heal you. Because again, I believe strongly the personal is political, that everything that happens in this world, we are not alone in them. Many, many other people would have experienced this. Sorry guys, it's so emotional. It's such a very emotional topic, and I'm so sorry if I have triggered you, but this is the message that's coming up in the reading, so I'm gonna follow it. But I heard like there's a lot of this kind of stuff really damages our self-worth for some of us as well. I heard like we may have divulged what's happened and someone didn't believe us too, and this has put a lot of stress on us. And when we come up with, when we are healing from traumas, and we may have a lot of resentment and anger and pent up aggression and depression and anxiety, it's really important to talk about it. Spirit, can you tell me more about this Three of Pentacles, please? Okay, so 2 cards. You get the Four of Wands, which is perfect work, and you are perfect. Just know that. You are absolutely perfect as you are in this current suit of meat you're wearing. You are perfect, and you are loved with the Princess of Pentacles. It is really, really important for you to engage actively in the healing process if this has resonated. It is really important to know that you can be happy, you can have your heart's desires, and that what I'm hearing, you're not what happened to you. It happened and you are not damaged. That is not truth. You're perfect. Absolutely perfect. You're a person who has had experiences, and I feel like as well for some of you, I also heard guarded. For many of us, this may be facing fear about actually talking about it. Some of you may feel like it's time, I heard, to face your, I want to say accusers, but face the person or people or group who you feel have done you wrong. Now, there's another part of that I'm hearing as well, is that don't expect necessarily this person or group of people to apologize for what's happened. You may not even be able to expect them to acknowledge that what you're talking about happened or that it's true. But even just getting this out may help heal your heart and heal your soul. Because what I'm hearing as well with this Princess of, it's coins, I thought it was hearts. But this is something that rocks our stability, okay? So it may be something I heard that's walling or guarding our heart too. Okay. I'm going to ask, tell me to take this, which would have been the bottom. which is the seven of cups, sorry, with illusionary success or choices. And I feel like this is actually really important because you have a choice in this world, right? We can carry around that stuff that has been burdening us, like I was saying with this Fool, and carry around all that stuff, or we can try and release it. Now, I'm not saying, especially if it's been a lot of trauma, for some of us, like, it's not just one situation of trauma, it's reoccurring and complex. And the thing is, I think that it's really easy sometimes to lose ourselves in this kind of situation of trauma, or to even belittle ourselves or berate ourselves for the days that we have that aren't great, or that aren't the good days. But you're here on this earth, and that's a good thing. Every day that we're here in this world is a great day. And I think that's a mindset that we have to adopt. So I think this is also choosing what we allow to weigh on our heart. Can we change the situation? No. Can we open up and talk about it? Yep. No, we can't change the past, but hopefully going forward, there can be changes that happen that create more situations of love in your world. So I'm going to ask one last message from the Earth Magic Oracle and see what the advice going forward is. Effortless with Waterfall. This card jumped out at me in the pre-shuffle. I think this has a lot to do with tears, though. I think it has a lot to do with just let it go. For some of us, the way that we release our trauma is tears. That's me. I am a Gemini, Sun, a Cancer, Moon, and a Leo rising, okay? This isn't about me, but I will also tell you I have experienced sexual trauma as a child. I think that's also why it's so emotional. But you're not alone if this is your story. You have Green Man here. It talks about everything working in harmony together. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Let come into your life what it's meant to, and let anything that is not meant for you to just keep trickling by. This also talks to me about honoring your masculine energy, but to know that, I think it's really, I heard symbiosis too, but to know that there's also a cause and effect. For every action, there's a reaction. For some of you, again, I think it's speaking up, because you never know who you're going to help just by doing that. So that's the message I have. I'm really sorry it was heavy today, guys. But if this is your energy, if this is something that really resonated with you, I heard don't take it to the grave. Speak up. If something happened to you that no one knows about, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Anyways, that's the message I have. I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.